Good morning, James. How's it going, man? I'm just building a flight plan. Going to fly from Munich to Prague, and I need to build a flight plan for this thing. So hold on a second. There we go. So we're departing EDDM and arriving Kilo Kilo. That makes two of us. I haven't flown it. This is what I'm doing right now. So I'm just flying on a flight plan. I've flown it. I've taken off in it and just started it up and messed around with the FMS, which is they call it the MCDU. So I have no idea. Plus, I'm using X-Plane Realistic now, and I'm using X camera, so I've got to get used to all that. So it's kind of can be a little annoying. So I'm trying to do three different things all new, all at once. So EDDM to Prague, so Munich to Prague, alternate none. So let's go find route. There we go. So, hey Smells, what's going on, man? So let's decide what runway we're going to take. I wonder if I can press C and go out the plane and look around and see where the airport runways are. Oh yeah, we can. So this is München. What kind of range does it have? Oh, I don't know. It's the Hawker 4000. I have no idea. I know it can fly for 8 hours, I think, with a full load. We're going to take off with 8 left. So you'd have to look up what the max range on the Hawker is. I have no clue. Like I said, I just got it last night. I haven't even flown it yet. I've taken off. That's all I've done. So we're going to take off 8 left. Depart 8 left. Yeah, 3,445 nautical miles. Well, that's cool. You want to select new sets and new stars. We'll arrive on 30. Which is cool. We can do that. Let's see if it updates it. Okay, so I'll open this in Sky Vector. I'll do that. Now, flying in Europe is so weird in Sky Vector. Like it doesn't. No, I guess it does show. Okay, so I'm just gonna move this over to the other monitor as yeah, this is gonna be very interesting because, like I said, I'm using X-Plane Realistic. I'm using X camera, which aggravates the hell out of me because you have to use the middle mouse button to look around, and you have to. I can't use the right mouse button to look around anymore. I have to use the middle mouse button, which is kind of weird for me. You can't use the hat switch on the joystick anymore to look around. I mean, if somebody knows how to use X camera better than I do, please let me know. So let's go ahead and let's get the APU started. We'll go ahead and if you look outside the plane, it gives you a stupid little car and crap like that. And I'm not worried about the car. It's kind of funny how they got the car in there, but whatever. We'll get rid of that. We can do that by getting to our phone here and turn the car off. The engine covers, the chocks, hide yokes. Yes, that's what I was looking for. So now the yokes are gone. Thank you. Okay, let's go ahead and we're not going to request the GPU. We'll just turn the APU on. Batteries are on. Good. We'll wait for those in a second. Okay, so we have enough power. We'll go ahead and look at our MCDU. or FMS. And I hate the airliner. I don't think it has a, like, I can go to X camera and go to control panel, and I don't see anything in here for hat switch. I wish it did have it. I wish you could rebind the keys. If I could figure out how to rebind the keys, that'd be awesome, because I could just, you know, you can hear the APU starting up in the background. So, I mean, it'll snap to track R, so if I had track R, it would work, but no clue. So, anyways, this is the, what I consider the better version of the FMS. I love this version. I can't stand the default FMS and X-plane airliners, but this one I find very easy to use. I can check my status. I can go back in here. I can check performance data. Like, it's using fuel in the right engine for some reason. I guess it's powering the APU. Yeah. And I can find performance data. Like at my weight, the VREF is 109. Approach speed is 119. Select my flight plan stuff, but I have to have the actual departure and arrival first. And this is kind of weird. When you set the flight plans up in this plane, you actually have to hit init first to initialize flight plan. And then you can go in, create your flight plan, and then once you're done with your flight plan, you have to hit execute. So that's a little weird, but anyway, so we're going to depart, and I'm just going to look back up at SimBrief right here to see where we're actually departing. We're departing EDDM, so it's the same thing here. If we just click, we can get the little, when it says this, we can actually type. So EDDM, so I can type it in with my keyboard, and we can select that. We can select our runway, which we are departing runway 8 left. So here, runway 8 left, that's good. And do we have a SID? I can't remember. Nope. And oh, we do have a SID. Do we have one on our flight plan? Do AN key? Yes, we do. We have a SID, so let's navigate down to that one. Enter there. And oh, we forgot the init though. So let's go back out to the index. And I wonder if it's going to let us do it now. So this is the only thing that's weird about this, is now we have to hit init. Well, let's do this and see if it actually works. So you're supposed to hit init. Let's go back to the index. Initialize. So FMS data initialize. Okay. So now let's go back into departure. We're parting EDM, 8 left. We need to load the Anki 7Q, I mean 7 Quebec SID. There we go. Enter that. And SID stored. 8 left. MCDU index. And we're arriving at Prague, so that's going to be Lima Kilo Papa Romeo. So let's go Lima Kilo Papa. Oh, Papa Romeo. And airport. We're going to select the runway. We're just putting this in for the arrivals. We're going to arrive runway 30. So let's navigate down to that. Enter. And I have no idea if we have a transition or not. We'll just look. Because I think we do have a approach transition. And it is not listed on here. Unless it's lumped. No. So it's not listed on here. So this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at either one of these. And it's not listed. I haven't really used SimBrief a lot either, so let's go back out. Oh, there it is. You're flying in P3D. I have no idea what CTAC is, man. What is it? Inform me, brother. Let me know. That's what we want. Star element. Arrival. Okay, we're done with the arrival. So now we can go back out of here and go to flight plan. Actually, add route waypoints. We want. So we're going to enter a new waypoint. Our first waypoint is going to be anchor, and I'm assuming that that is a fix. Now this is the only thing you have to know whether they're fixes, VORs, NDBs, stuff like that. Just like kind of like in the XP11 FMS. So I'm assuming that's a fix. We'll find out in a second. Key in R. Yes, it is a fix. Here we can choose our altitude, what we want to be at. Let's. We're not going to mess with that at all. So that's cool. So let's save that, and from there, we're going to take an airway. And the thing about this, the only difference between this is that you have to know which way on that airway you're going. So sometimes it's a different air. So sometimes you have two T105 airways, but you'd have to know which way on that airway you're flying. So, and this one only has one, so this is 104. So we're taking that airway, and we hit select, and now we can go. We're going to exit at Mamor, so yes, that's good. From Mamor, we're going to take Lima 132. So Lima 132, Mamor to Rudno. That's the direction we're flying in, so that's good. We're going to exit at Agnav. That's the next one down. So we'll hit that. Next, we're going to take the P733 airway to Lomki. The P783 to Lomki. Exit at Lomki, and we're done. Because the next Lomki takes us to our star. So we'll go with that. So this should be all be good, and we should be able to hit execute. Let me go back out to here. Execute. Flight plan execution done. Okay, now we can go up here and set our autopilot procedures. We are going to fly in height. Let's fly at 20,000 feet. So 20,000. And we'll set that. We'll set our target speed Mach. We're going to set it about 325 knots. So 325 knots. Vertical speed is going to be 3,500 feet per minute. Be good on that. Anyway, about any of this stuff, go back out. Of course, here we can view our flight plan. And we could set, these are our transition altitudes. We can set altitudes at these fixes as well, but we're not going to worry about doing that. We will check, probably fly into the set VNAV once we get to I probably should have set these. I ain't gonna worry about it. We'll fly at 20,000 feet until we get to Lomki, and then we'll just climb to 30,000. It's not gonna take long. Actually, let's go ahead and set the autopilot to fly at 30,000 feet. So we'll go 30,000. Entry accepted. And we're done. So we can still look at our performance data, and we still say we're pulling fuel with the APU. Nothing else has changed. So let's go back up to the index, and we are done here. Now we need to go up here and look at our overhead panel. We're going to go ahead and turn all this stuff on. This needs to be opened. Open. Open. Not close. This is the only thing I hate about these stupid dials here. Is there, can I just click on open? Okay, let's turn. We don't have the engines on, so we don't need those. But this bleed isolate valve needs to be open, and then this stupid ass thing is not opening. It's irritating. Click and drag. Nope. Nothing. Well, I'm not going to be flying any heading until we can open this bleed isolate button. Let's see if I can turn let's turn this off for a second. Okay, let's turn X camera off real quick. Okay, so I still can't get the damn isolate valve to open up, which is going to be a problem because we can't start the engines unless it's open. Is there a shortcut key or something to set to this? It's just being... This is the only thing I have never liked about XP10 or XP11's dials is they're sometimes they're just screwy. I don't want to touch any of these because I don't know if they'll come back. Come on, drag it over. No. I'm going in a complete circle with the drag and it's not doing anything. It's just some kind of... We'll set that insert. Set that delete. Done. Let's see if it does now. Nope, still doesn't open. Pardon me here while I get this stupid thing going, since the dials don't want to turn. Let's see if we can just start the left engine. Probably won't be able to. Okay, the left engine's going to start. It seems. Yeah, it's a pain in the neck. Because I don't think I can start that right engine without that bleed valve open. I didn't have a problem with it earlier. I could actually turn it on to open. And the keys I set to open it won't work either. Okay, so we have the left engine started. The right engine's not going to start. I'm hitting the starter now. I mean, it might... Well, it says it's got fuel pressure, so let's see. Nope. Our right engine's in shutdown mode, so we need to turn the valve to open. And we cannot do it. Do you have to target it with this camera's little thing? No. Bleed air mode up. Bleed air mode off. Bleed air right engine on. Nope, that doesn't even work. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to open the bleed valve now. Everything else is on. I could turn those on, but I mean, this doesn't solve the problem that you cannot turn this dial now. I should have left it at auto, but most of the time I have to hit it open to get the damn thing to open. That kind of sucks, because I can't get any fuel to that engine. Well, it says it's got fuel, but it's still in shutdown mode. Turn those on. Crossfeed off, right engine. I mean, this switch should move. And then bleed air from APU. So I have it set to delete and insert. So, I mean, one of these should actually, you'd think, let's just restart the damn flight and see what, no, I mean, that's the thing about X-Plane. No, the scroll wheel will not control any of the dials. It's irritating. So if I go up and hover over it, like in X-Plane and Prepare 3D, all I do when I scroll the mouse wheel is just zoom way the hell in on it. It's kind of annoying. That's the only feature from X-Plane, I mean, Prepare 3D and FSX that I like. You could actually scroll. And X-Plane said they're not going to disable that feature, that scrolled zoom. Yeah, this is irritating. I'm going to have to restart the flight just to get bleed air back in isolate. I mean, auto mode. Just give me 1 second. I don't want to start a terminal anyways. I'll start. Is there a GA ramp somewhere? Sorry about that. We're going to get this thing going here in a second. Alright, let's start the new flight. Hopefully the autopilot data will still be in there for the FMS. Evening, Riga. What's going on, man? Well, evening for you guys. It's 11 o'clock here in the morning. So hopefully it doesn't start up with X-Plane Realistic started. It does. This camera is on. So every time I hit, oh, because I have to hit save all, don't I? Okay. So the bleed air is still off. And it won't open. So we're not going to be able to fly that Hawker until I restart X-Plane to get the stupid ass bleed isolate valve to open up. Irritating as hell. So we'll just go demo X-Plane realistic. And just irritating. So there it goes. It crashed. Thanks a lot, X-Plane. Let's just restart it. And my little rug. Now maybe it'll work. Yeah, Aerobasket. I mean, I have 4 of the Aerobasket aircraft, and you're right. They do allow the scroll to zoom. And I do like the Hawker 4000. I mean, I've messed with it. I've not really flown it. I've messed with it, but I'm just hoping it held the FMS information. If not, I'm just gonna go fly it. See what happens. So there's 3 things that are new. X-Plane Realistic is new for me. X-Camera is totally new for me. The Hawker 4000 is basically brand new to me. I mean, the only thing I've done is messed around with the FMS. So let's load up the Hawker again and see if that bleed valve's still stuck. Maybe it was just, I don't know. So if you were flying like 90 degrees, you'd have to fly at 10,005 instead of. Is that what you're saying? $11.50 at 90. You said even. Oh, it's an. Oh, you're right. Yeah, you said odd. Yeah, you're right. Odd. So it'd be 11.5. So I did mess around with X-Plane Realistic for like 2 minutes with the Cessna 172. I thought it was pretty cool, and haven't tried it at all on anything else. It's actually a bit more complicated than that. Okay, let's wait for XEnviro to load. Okay, let's take our phone. Let's get rid of the card. Let's hide the yokes. This thing does have a map in the cabin area. You can, if you're sitting in the cabin, you can see the in-flight map. So we're gonna leave that alone right now. So battery 1, bat 2. And we'll start the APU, and let's see if it held our what the hell we're gonna fly it. So let's go to index and flight plan, and it didn't load it. So oh well, we're just gonna take off, fly around, find somewhere to land. So I'm not gonna worry about doing that whole flight plan again. But well, never mind. We'll just do it and get it over with. So we're at EDDM. We gotta wait for the APU to start anyways. EDDM airport, departing, went to part 8 left, which is on the other side, I think. Morning, Derek. How's it going, man? So we're going to take, nope, that's not it. We're taking the Anki 7 Quebec, SID, so we need to go down, enter, and we should be done with that. Let's enter our arrival. We're arriving runway 30, we're going to Prague, so that's Lima Kilo Papa Romeo. So Kilo Papa Romeo, and there we have a star. Nope, we have to select runway first. So runway is 30. Oh, we already did that. See, these aren't really aligned, so you gotta go down. So that's Lomke 6R. Enter. So that's good. Now we can add waypoints. First one is a fix, so we have to hit fix, then it's anchor. And that's the name. Well, that's the name, anchor. Save. Take the airway now. We're going to take the Yankee 104. Enter. We're going to exit at Memmer. Next is going to be the Lima 132 airway. And we're exiting at Agnev. Next is going to be the Papa 733 airway. And we're exiting at Lomke. And that's all we have to do. Except for we didn't initialize our flight plan first. Let's see if that's going to make a difference in it. We gotta start over. Okay. Always make sure you hit init first if you have the Hawker 4000. So let's go back to here. Departure. It held that. And I guarantee it held the arrival. Okay. So we just need to add our waypoints again. Actually, I probably held all of them. I want to show me that. Let's go. Okay, so let's add waypoints again. Anchor. It's a fix. Save. For some reason, I think we're putting in way too many damn points. I'm not even gonna worry about that. Let's just get flying. See if we can start the thing up. Because now it says it's already got 6 waypoints in it. Let's see if we can start it. Yeah, it's an auto, and I hope it goes to on or open. don't know why, if it's in auto mode, why the right engine's still in shutdown mode. Go ahead and turn these on. See, it won't go switch to the open position at all. Why? Earlier, when I tried to start this plane up last night, and when I started up this morning, it switched right over to open. It'll go closed, but it won't go to open. See, there it goes. It went right back to closed. And there it goes. Alright, well, we're going to have to do something else besides fly the damn Hawker 4000 until I figure out why this bleed isolate valve won't open. None of the hotkeys I set are working to open the isolate valve. Oh well. So let's do something, a plane that actually works. Let's do the Panthera. Yeah, I could have started it with the engines running. You pay $40 for something, you expect it to work. So yeah, I'll do it in a minute. It's just like when you start live streaming, nothing works, but when you're not live streaming, it works. It's weird. We also just installed X-Plane Realistic and X-Camera all at the same time too. I don't know if those are affecting it or whatever. I had them turned off. Sorry about that. Anyways, yeah, I'll start the Hawker with the engines started as soon as the Panthera loads. Load Panthera, unless it's been locked up. It says it's not responding, but it usually takes a while to load Panthera. So actually surprised the OBS hasn't crashed. It crashed last weekend while I was streaming. I was just like, not even bother starting it back up. Now it's starting to load. Nope, I've never really seen the modified A330. I don't really fly commercial airliners. I've got the Hawker 4000 because it's a business jet. So, and I got tired on waiting for Laminar to release the Citation 10. So that's why I got that. So we'll fly the Pipster Panthera around for a few minutes so we can see there goes, it crashes again. So I guess we're going back to the Hawker with the engines running. New flight, Hawker, customize, start with engines running, and start flight. Okay, so you saw we tried to get it started earlier and it wouldn't start the engines. We're going to start with engines running now. I don't know what conflict it would be though. I mean, because X-Plane Realistic requires X camera to run. This is going to start with the engines running right now, so I should. And then we'll just take it out. We're not going to worry about programming the FMS or anything like that because I've already programmed it twice. Well, we need a destination. So it can be irritating starting with new stuff. Like I flew this, I didn't fly the Hawker with X-Plane Realistic. I just flew the Cessna. And it worked fine. So. Load. I'm going to set it to have no aircraft, no AI aircraft at all, because that takes a long time to load the AI aircraft as well. Okay, there we go. Okay, the engines are running. That's a good sign. Let's load this up again. So departure EDM airport runway 8 left. I don't even want to mess with this. I just want to get up in the air and fly. I've done this too many times. So he's not going to push me back, but he is in my way. So yaw damper's off. We can just go ahead and turn that on. Turn anti-skid on, and we'll just have the parking brake left. So, hello, alter ego Ruben. So I'm not going to enter a destination. We'll just fly until we find where we want to land at, because I've thrown that flight plan in there twice, and then the damn plane won't start. So there's the outside of it. And do I have okay, that's turned on. X-Plane Realistic is, we'll turn it on now. Theoretically, there we go. Okay, so now we have this turned on. So you can watch it. You'll be able to hear everything creaking and everything. It's kind of cool. Like I said, I've only flown with X-Plane Realistic on, can you show the cabin? The passenger compartment, you mean? Can I do it? I'll have to turn X camera off, so hold on a second. This isn't even a taxiway, but we're going to go across anyways. I'm just trying to get this thing up there. I've spent, how long has it been? 20 minutes trying to get this plane started, and the APU bleed valve won't open. Okay, so Ruben wants to see the inside of the plane, so let's turn X camera off, because it's not going to let me walk around. So if I and we're going to have to disable Explain Realistic as well. If you turn X camera off, you have to disable Explain Realistic. Okay, there we go. So now I can go look around. They need a run button so you can actually run back here. So all this stuff works. This little panel right here, we control the lighting, stuff like that. Dim that lighting. And you close the door just by pressing this, so you can open it, close it. You got the camera moves so slow in this plane. You can open the door here to the lavatory. You can open the door back there to the baggage compartment or extra baggage. And you close the little shutter shades. So you have this. And then you have the moving map, and the moving map actually works. So we'll go have a look at that. Not that moving map, but the other moving map. So if I go up here to look at the actual map, you can see we're in Munich already. So the plane's in Munich, and this will move just like the I forgot what they're called on actual business aircraft. Okay, so we're going to start there. Is that good enough, Ruben? Are you satisfied? Okay, so let's go back to turn all our stuff on. Let's go turn X camera on and turn Explain Realistic on back on, and let's get flying somewhere. There we go. Okay. Okay, so we're good to go. Ruben's satisfied. Let's go ahead and take off. I've never taken off from Munich before. Like I said, I don't ever fly in Europe on my downtime when I'm not live streaming. I never fly in Europe. So the only reason I fly in Europe when I'm live streaming is because of you guys. What's going on, Kais? How are things in, you live in Florida, don't you? No, it's Ranger. Ranger lives in Florida. That's right. Is the old plane taxiing? So you get, with Explain Realistic, you get all the little sounds like the creaking and the... They said it's really cool when it's landing, but I've never tried to land. I mean, I just got Explain Realistic, like not just right before I started streaming. I got the registered version of X Camera as well, right just before I started streaming. So everything's new to me for this stuff. The only thing I don't like, the one thing that irritates me is that even when you're turning the tires, you can just hear the tires screeching. So it's kind of weird. Yeah, you have to use Fly with Louis with Explain Realistic. I used it on Explain 10 a lot, but there was really nothing for it in XP11. Like that, I like using real terror haze for XP11 or XP10 rather. But now I have X Enviro, so I don't, you know, real terror haze doesn't work with it anyways. Not 11. There's a little plane taxiing. Which file did you upload? I need that. I need to gain like 15 frames a second. It's pathetic that you have an i7 6700 and a GTX 1070 and still can't get more than 30 frames a second when you live stream. Flaps are down, right? Let me make sure the flaps are down. Yes. See, I like having the hat switch. That's the only thing I don't like about X camera is that you lose your ability to look with your hat switch, which is irritating. So, why don't I use ATC? Because ATC in X-Plane sucks. It's not like ATC in Prepare 3D and FSX. There's a gear coming up. There's flaps coming up. The fastest way to set the altitude in this plane is just go down here to the autopilot settings. So autopilot, we'll set it to 20,000. Okay, and then we'll... I have no idea where Ruben is. Okay, so now we're just going to climb at 3,500. Should... At 325 knots. Oh, we need to enable the auto throttle as well. So press this little button right here and the auto throttle should be enabled. It is. And we'll just select the heading. Let's fly west. Wait a minute, let's just fly to the west. The Hawk is a beautiful plane, though. RW Designs did a real good job with the modeling. get rid of these yokes. There you go. So I wonder if we can initialize a flight plan in flight. I guess we can. Where do y'all want to fly to? We're already in the air. See, every time I watch Mo's stream, every time I watch Mo's live stream, I regret not getting the 6700K instead of getting the 67, just this, the unlocked, the locked version. I did raise my flaps right here. So I need to read and find out if you can change, what all. Get into the X camera manual and find out what all you can change. Because I'd rather have my look, my hat switch. If I just want to look down at the instruments instead of having to set views, predefined views. I'd rather just look, So anyway, let's see if we can. Let's go. What was that? Okay, PR. See if we can do that mid-flight. Oh, I didn't initialize it. There we go. Initialize. Alright, should still be there? Yes. Add route waypoints. First one's going to be a fix. Hello, Sizzle. What's going on, man? Next is going to be Airways. So, Yankee 104. Enter. Airway. Lima 132. P733. Flight plan execute. Can't show us on a map though. It looks like FMS. Let's see if nav doesn't do anything. What's nav do? Gonna help you out. What kind of help you need, Trizzle? I was like, I'm about to log into YouTube and give Keith moderator privilege in order to allow him to post links. So hold on a second. I gotta find my own live stream now. I'm not like everybody else, and I don't use I don't watch my own live streams when I'm streaming, so I gotta try to find it. Oh, you can do it from your phone too, so hold on a second. Okay, now you should be able to do it, Keith. I can't use the FMC like on this plane. Like I can't click on it to use the FMC like you can with the stock FMC for X-Plane. So I just have to zoom in. It's the only thing I can do. So I'm assuming we're heading for Prague after I've initialized the flight plan in flight. So how did I set up the 3D view on XP11? I don't even think you can go to a 2D cockpit view. Just go in here in the visual settings and go to forward with 3D cockpit. No. Oh, I have no clue. I don't have that problem. I've never had a problem with the FMC just showing up as a 2D panel. This one doesn't click out. That annoys me. You're better off coming over to my YouTube channel because there's more guys watching on that, and they probably can answer the question better than I can. There's only 2 of you guys watching it on Twitch. Sorry, 3 of you guys watching on Twitch. Okay, cool. So we're gonna have well, I don't know. Some Freeware aircraft are actually pretty good. Oh, we didn't have our weather radar turned on, but yeah, because I use Restream, Jonathan, I stream to Beam, Twitch, and YouTube all at the same time. So I'm not talking to myself most of the time. I'm actually talking to somebody on the other channel. I've thought of giving up Twitch because not many people watch my streams on Twitch, so. But I'm not losing performance with Restream. I stream when people, most people stream either directly to Twitch or directly to YouTube. I stream to Restream, and Restream sends it out from their servers. So. That's how it works. Link the YouTube channel. I gotta go onto my YouTube channel first. So I think it's funny when I watch Luna's live streams and Luna watches his live streams while he's streaming. I don't even have a link for this. It's a shame when you can't find your own live stream on YouTube. There it is. So let's look at this. So we have these panels. These pop out. They're not as good as the panels like on the, you know, the regular pop-out panels, but they're pretty decent. But that intercept this flight path in a minute. So it gives us our wind speed. It gives us our ground speed. I have the auto throttle set to 325 knots, but if you look at our ground speed is 449 knots. That's pretty good for a business jet. It's faster than my Eclipse 550, I can tell you that much. Which is the, you know, the only other, you know, I have 5 Freeware aircraft now, which is, this is the only Aerobasque aircraft that I've bought. This is Sizzle. That's who I was talking to earlier on Twitch. So he's going to ask you all a question. So it's to get these off, we have to actually click back on this. So I can go here, click on this. I can have multiple windows up at the same time too, so I can have all 3 of these screens up. Then I have to click on and turn them back off. So there's no borders or anything. I would just wish they had borders. It looked a little nicer. But if I turn the smoking sign on, watch this. If I turn the seatbelt and smoking signs on, look. There's the seatbelt and no smoking signs. Illuminated back there. So it looks like it is going to take us to Prague. And another thing, the cool thing about this is if you look at this, it tells you you're at cruise, your throttle's set to cruise. If I was to go up to, watch. If I go in here and go to Autopilot and climb it to 25,000 feet. And change my vertical speed to 2,500. Now watch. See, now it's changed the climb power. So it tells you what your power settings are. So we were just at cruise, now we're at climb. And the auto throttle's controlling everything. So I'm gonna look outside. I kind of can't wait. I've never landed this aircraft, so I've only taken off with it and messed around with the FMS a little bit. I was too tired to mess with it last night when I got it, and then haven't really had time this morning. So I'm kind of interested to do this landing with X-plane realistic and everything like that. I've never known what these do because I hit tab, it doesn't do anything at all. Let's look down here. So I'm assuming the weather radar gets put on this screen, because here's our TCAS. Okay, so we didn't initialize the flight plan again. So where are we going? I'm assuming we're still in Germany, so we're just going to drop down and land. Just took the autopilot off. What's the green circle? The green circle is something to do with X camera. I have no clue. Like I said, I got X camera and X plane realistic like literally 5 or 10 minutes before I started streaming. So like I said, I wish I could change my hat switches back to be able to use view with my hat switch as well. Yeah, descent rays up there. I'm just trying to get down because I want to land this plane. I'm tired of messing with the FMS. I've set FMS to go to Prague twice on the ground, and the airplane wouldn't start. So we had to go back out, totally reset X-plane after it crashed twice, and then load the flight plan in the FMS again, and it still wouldn't take it. So I'm just trying to get this thing down so I can land it somewhere. We'll try to be safe though. Thing is, I can't really look. I can look at the cockpit, but I can't use my hat switch to look down. So I'm having to use two hands. One hand to look with the mouse, the other hand to actually control the descent, because I can't use my hat switch. Sounds pretty cool when you pull out, hear the air. That's from X-Plane Realistic. I kind of want to fly the F4 Phantom with X-Plane Realistic. With all the G-force stuff. Now watch, we're hitting turbulence as we're going through the clouds. Look, see the cockpit shaking. Picking up a little bit of turbulence. It's a little bumpy. Let's look and see if we can see that wing flex. Look at the wing flex. We do get to see the wing flex with this turbulence. Not now because we're in the clouds, but let's get back out of the clouds. So evidently, XEnviro just loaded more weather. Whoa, whoa, that's crazy. When you go to turn, watch. I can't look, because I usually look to the left when I'm turning. I can't because I don't have the hat switch. I mean, the hat switch is just, doesn't really work with X camera, so. That's crazy, dude. What if it, oh. I'm about to say, what if I yaw? Oh, wow. So if I hit right rudder, it just kind of rolls. See how it rolls it? That was just a little bit of right rudder in that turn. So yeah, if you're not gonna buy if you don't have the money to buy XEnviro case, I'd get X-Plane Realistic because this is really pretty cool. I mean, having like I said, I just bought this like 5 minutes before I started streaming, and this is, except for the fact that you have to use X camera, and X camera doesn't let it reassigns all your view controls to something crazy. I kind of like it for the realism part. So I'm looking for somewhere to land this thing. And I have to remember, this is a business jet, so I can't land in a little. So used to flying to Panthera. So what's our altitude? 5. So watch. So there's the stall. I think it was. I don't know. I didn't watch Libby's stream. I've been working like 12 and 13 hour days. Yeah, it's like $14.99, like 15 bucks. And then you can get the unregistered version of X Camera, which doesn't save your settings. But if you want to get the registered version of X Camera, all you gotta do is throw the guy a couple bucks. I threw him 10 bucks. And what X-Plane gonna crash on me now? Yep. So X-Plane's gonna crash. So let's start it over again. We'll do an aircraft that will actually work. We'll do the Cessna. Oh no, I want to do the Panthera because the Panthera is pretty cool. Yeah, you throw the guy a couple bucks. Like I threw him 10 bucks for X Camera, and they send you a license for it, and that's it. That's all you gotta do. So the Hawker 4000 for some reason with X Camera and what you call it? Oh, let's do the Cirrus jet. That's what I want to do. I'm not going to start it with engines running though, because we can start the engines on that. Let's where are you from, Riga? Is Riga still on here? Riga, where you live at? I thought it was, for some reason I wanted to see it was, I don't know, can't remember. Somebody give me an AKO code. Oh, they have a red one. I'll just choose one. Can't do grass strips. Oh, there's a gravel strip? Really? Dirt strips. Let's do this. Let's just get me lost. Special starts. Get me lost. We'll do that one. Just like the third time the Hawkers crashed my damn X-Plane. At least it didn't crash OBS because I wouldn't know. Okay, Pit. Too late. I just told it to get me lost. Hopefully it gets me lost and the engine's running. I just really want to mess around with X-Plane Realistic right now. That's to be fun. Yeah, so I was going to get, I was thinking about getting the i7 7700K, but then the engines are starting this thing, right? Yes. Okay. But then, the new i7s are supposed to come out next month. If they come out, or they're getting announced this month, and they're supposed to come out like next month or something like that. The new i7s. So I think I'm gonna wait for the new i7s because it's still supposed to be 14 nanometer. So I'm hoping that there'll be they'll still be socket 1151. So what do I have on? X camera is going to be turned on. X-Plane Realistic Pro, we have to turn that on too. So let's put X-Plane Realistic Pro to its paces. It's this big thing. Oh, I'm not that blind. I'm blind, but not that blind. Okay, so you can automatically see how. One thing I don't like is that it doesn't hold my settings. Settings. Okay. Control panel. Okay, let's try this. So we're gonna do some high-speed turns and see what Explain Realistic actually does. So you can see the G's pushing us down in the cockpit. Now I'm not controlling any of these views. This is Explain Realistic, changing the views and everything. That's pretty crazy. Where am I? Oh, I'm in Germany. Looks like. Oh, that red out. Let's just find somewhere to land this thing. It's only at 1760. Doesn't tell me how long that runway is, though. It's a helipad. That stuck me out here in the middle of nowhere. Okay, let's find east. I should have pulled that radio. What's that radio right there? It is. Turn that to nav 1. And let's pull the .315 radio off that. So how do we set? Does this thing allow you to set the course at all? Okay. See how that works. Now I can pay attention to flying again. There's 3 empty screens. The ones down here at the bottom? Yes. The ones that sadly don't work. I think you can get a plug-in that puts those. I've seen it on the .org, I think, but I don't really fly this plane to really even notice. So I'm gonna fly up here and pick up this 310 radial, and it should take us to the airfield that I want to land on, theoretically. So I should turn a little bit 315. Yeah, like I said, I don't really fly this that much. The predominantly the planes that I fly when I'm not live streaming are all the Aerobas stuff. And usually when I am live streaming, I still fly the Aerobas stuff. The Hawker is something. Oh, look, there's an airfield right there. Is that an airfield? It looks like an airfield. Right there. I bought the Hawker because I wanted a business jet, and I wanted something that was faster than the 550, something that was not a commercial airliner. So, yeah, I've got that. You've seen me fly that 550 NG case. You know I've got that. Okay, if that's an airfield, that's a grass strip. I can't land there. I have the Freeware 550 as well. I have both. Yeah, the 550, there's the Freeware Aerobas 550 that Stefan put out before Aerobas started creating payware aircraft, and yeah, the Freeware one has the FMS, which I don't like. I like flying it. I was kind of mad when Aerobas put the 550 NG out without the Avio flight deck. I would have rather seen the Avio flight deck. I'm gonna have to get that Lua script and see what it does. I mean, because now, if you want to look and see, let's look and see what's happening. So if we go to data output and go to show frame rate, I'm getting, in this aircraft, I'm getting 32 frames a second. And actually, my CPU and GPU usage is pretty balanced. Most of the time, you're going to see it's all CPU bound. So I wonder what it would do if I did that. And I wonder if it works for X Enviro and stuff like it's going to kill that. So you'd figure there'd be an airport around here somewhere. I know there is. I have no idea where I'm at. I know what we'll do. Hey, watch this. I said I wanted to practice landings. So let's do it one by one. So we'll recreate what I did last time. So we'll do We'll do the these little carrier approaches. I don't think X-Plane's very graphics intensive anyways. I guess it's graphics intensive if you're using, you know, if you're, well, even with my GTX 750 when I was live streaming with that, it really wasn't that bad. Watch, I'm gonna have to start this aircraft up when we go to do these carrier landings. I think you did. I think you were with us before, Kais, when I was doing these carrier landings with these little GA aircraft. Helped you raise your anti-aliasing. I just always set my anti-aliasing for 2x. Oh, what is this? Okay, we got this. We start off in a dive. That was crazy.
Call the ball, ILS 108.10, heading 36, you're low. You're low. You're low. You're low. You're overpowered.
I'm overpowered in a Cessna 172.
You're overpowered. You're overpowered. You're overpowered.
The thing is now is I wish, you know, I could look at my hat switch so I can just watch my, well, I can see it now, so I can see my airspeed and I can see.
You're low. You're low. You're overpowered. Call the ball, ILS 108.10, heading 360. Cut.
So I have no idea what cut means.
Cut.
Yeah, you can add the hooks on Plane Maker, but I don't know exactly how to do it.
Cut.
That carrier is hauling ass though. Look how fast it's going.
Wave off. Wave off. Wave off.
See how much of a fail we can make on this carrier landing with a Cessna.
Wave off.
Whoa, that sink rate. Oh.
Wave off.
We're down. And we've stopped. Check that replay. Watch me fly right into the deck. Let's see what happens when we replay it. Nope, it's gonna lock up. So it's got to be something to do with X-Plane Realistic. So we're just gonna go with it. So let's Let's load up to 550. Let's see how that does with Extreme Realistic. Like I said, I've never had X-Plane crash so much until I've installed X-Plane Realistic. So I don't know if it's that. I haven't seen anybody else with having problems with it. I don't know if I had the wrong version of Lua, Fly with Lua. I don't know. I have the one on .org that's for XP11, the most recent one, 2.35 or something like that, 2.3.5, 2.5.6 or something like that. I can't remember which one it is. So we'll mess around with the 550 for a few minutes with X-Plane Realistic, and that'll be it. I felt like it's almost been like a wasted stream. Because the amount of times it's crashed. What's this new Cessna 172 on the X-Plane store? Oh, is this just the Airfoil Labs one? Yeah. There's a new version something for X-Plane 11. Version 1.1. So I was looking at the ones that are optimized for X-Plane 11. I haven't got a helicopter, but I'm not much into flying helicopters unless it's like in armor or something like that. I'm not gonna buy a Coronado aircraft. Who makes the Aero Commander? Anybody know? Nimbus. Have you guys flown that? Anybody flown the Aero Commander? Anybody? Looks pretty basic. Now see, Flight Sim World. Oh, you mean the new, the updated version of Flight Simulator 10? That version. Now, I think it was, who was it? Mo played it the other day. It didn't impress me at all. Same old thing, man. It's just they got FSX. Dovetail Games bought the license to Microsoft Flight Simulator 10 from Microsoft. Prior to that, Lockheed Martin purchased the license for Flight Simulator 10 and renamed it Prepared. So P3D is just really Lockheed's licensed version of Flight Simulator 10. It's there's no 64-bit version of P3D. There's no 64-bit version of FSX. I doubt that Flight Sim World is Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah, man. Dovetail Games bought the license to FSX. And Lockheed bought a license to FSX and marketed it as P3D. They all use the same flight model. That's why all the aircraft, the majority of all the aircraft that you can use with Flight Simulator 10, you can use them on Prepare. So yeah, man. They're all use Prepare 3D is just a glorified, overpriced version of Flight Simulator 10, in my opinion. And believe me, I have it, and it's literally no different. I mean, some of the lighting, some of the graphics are a little better in Prepare, but I don't think it's $120 better. You know, this is what get the professional license for Prepare. It's $120. Okay, let's start this thing up. Oh, we need to start. We need to start our stuff, man. Y'all let me forget. Let's enable X camera. We need to retain. I hate having to set this up for every aircraft. What does this do? Okay, let's do let's do this. Yeah, I keep saying that, and watch Prepare P3D version 4 will be like the ultimate flight sim. Watch. I talk all this trash about Prepare. Looking at F4 Phantom taxiing down. I'll talk all this trash and smack about P3D. And I own P3D. I was stupid enough to pay the money for it, but watch. I talk all this smack and all this trash about P3D, and P3D version 4 will probably blow everybody away with its graphics and everything like that. So we'll see. But yeah. P3D as it is now is just a glorified version of Flight Simulator. Overpriced glorified version, put it that way. Sys battery on. Forgot how to start this damn thing up. System battery is on. We don't need to worry about fuel. We're not going to fly anywhere in general. I just want to get flying. Brakes are on. System battery is on. Starter battery is on. Cabin air, we'll switch that to normal. Let's go ahead and turn our beacon on so nobody gets sucked up into the turbine. That would be funny, wouldn't it? You see some guy walk past your plane and get sucked up in the turbine. Okay, so let's start. Let's start. Start the plane. Start the plane. Okay, so this thing's not wanting to start. Is there something I missed? I don't think so. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I didn't remove the freaking chocks and flags, so we gotta do that. So ground, chocks, door closed. And this is on. Alright. Let's just disable X-Plane Realistic because it has crashed every single one of these flights. Now I'll fly to Cessna with X-Plane Realistic. That's what I'll do. We already tried to fly it once. Or let's try something else. New flight. Let's fly from my home airfield, which is KRMN. We will fly the Beach Baron. and we will start. I'm gonna have to go look back through the chat and pick up that that Lewis script, because y'all guys are, well, you're getting 5 to 8 frames per second overall in different areas. So that's the 4th time X-Plane's crashed during this live stream. Depressing. So we'll take off till end the stream. We'll take off from Stafford, fly out to which would be my home airport. We'll fly out to Culpeper, and we'll land there, because I just want to try, flying this with X-Plane Realistic. I mean, we did that carrier landing, and that was kind of cool, but I want to get in here. Next time it crashes, I want to look at the crash. If it crashes again, I want to look at the crash report and see what was going on. So let's enable that. Control panel, change mouse, save all, plugins, macros, X-Plane Realistic, enable it for this aircraft. What does this do? Okay, now I have to remember how to start this plane. Let's get rid of the yokes. Alright, we're gonna need a battery. We need some fuel, but I guess it's fuel injected, so we don't have to worry about that. Oh. Needs to be full rich. Can't remember if I need these on the start anyways. Let's so that engine started. That engine started. Okay, let's finish starting stuff up. Probably should have turned my beacon on. Glad nobody walked into my props. Strobe lights on, nav lights on. We don't need flood taxi lights. We'll throw that on. Avionics master is supposedly on, but we don't. Have any GPS on. Hey, what's going on, Mo? Trying to figure out this whole X-Plane Realistic, man. It's then crashed my X-Plane 4 times. I never saw Luna having problems with it. Right now I'm trying to figure out why my avionics hasn't come on yet. So none of my avionics are coming on. Yeah, well, if I disable it, let's see what happens if I disable. Okay, let's disable X camera and we'll turn turn it off. So let's go to Pro. So now the avionics aren't coming on in the turn off, damn it. Now the avionics aren't turned on in this aircraft, so I might have to uninstall the X camera and X plane realistic just to get half my damn planes to work and half their avionics to work, because this isn't working either. Avionics master's on. GPS and the navcom isn't coming on either. Oh well. Oh, I didn't even see Ian on there. What's going on, Ian? Me, I see your graphics settings. I don't have no GTX 1080, youngin. Nazareth. I keep telling you you're gonna send me that GTX 1080 you have, Mo. I don't think it would make a difference in my computer though. It's just the clock speed. You know, with yours overclocked at what 4.8, mine just run at 3.9. I don't know. Let's look and see what mine's actually running at. Let's go to CPU Z. Well, no, we got hard mode monitor. Let's pull it up. See what they say. We won't worry about CPU Z right now. So let's look and see how fast is this processor running. Right now it's running at 3.6. So, and it boosts to 3.9, but whatever. And let's go ahead and turn X camera and stuff back on. And since we can't get the avionics to work anyways, we'll just fly. I know where I'm going. All I need is a compass. Real pilots don't need avionics to fly. They just need a compass. Isn't that right, Mo? You just came out of surgery, Mo. What did you have to go get surgery for? Macros. We'll go ahead and turn on. I mean, it's a good CPU. It's just because it's locked, because it's not a K. You know, I can't overclock it at all. So, but I'm not going to buy a new CPU until the new i7s come out. So I'm not going to, you know, spend money on a 7700K. That's, you know, or sell this my 6700 that I have in here and buy the K. So I can fly with that Avionics here because I actually know where I'm flying. So. Hey Ian, what's up, man? Oh, that's crazy. Now I kind of wish I'd gotten track IR. No, stay on there. I'm trying to look at my chat on my left window and trying to take off at the same time. It ain't working. I do like the added effects that I do like the added effects that Explain Realistic gives you. Did my gear come up? I can't tell. Yep, they came up. Oh, and they said our football was brutal. So I need to get here and just mess around with X camera a lot more and stuff. So figure out, how I can have X camera go back to my, so I could use my hat switch. That's annoying. I wish I could just use the right mouse button instead of my middle mouse button to look. It's a bit annoying. Other than that, X-Enviro is looking decent as ever. And I do like the XP11 clouds too, but I don't, the more and more I fly with X-Enviro, the more and more you realize how much work the default clouds need. So how long are you laid up for, Mo? I guess you're not going to be flying anytime soon. In real life, that is. And the funny thing is, Stafford doesn't even have a dip in the runway. If you look at Stafford Airport, and I've been there so many times, it's just one flat runway. That's all it is. It looks like it does in X-Plane, but it doesn't have that dip at all in the runway. 4 weeks of rehab. I have the VA. They're screaming at me to come in and get my back looked at and stuff because I tweaked my back when I was in the Army when we were doing rollover exercises and Humvees. So part of driver's training in the U.S. Army is you have to roll. It's a rollover simulator. So they put you in a Humvee and it's part of a simulator and they just roll the damn thing over. And I was upside down. I was in the driver's position. And I went to release my seat belt so I could get out the Humvee. And I came down. And the way I came down on my back kind of messed up my back and my left shoulder. And then I had to kick open they're called Frag 5 kits on an up armored Humvee. So the Frag 5 kit, the door weighs about 300 or 400 pounds, and you're upside down, and you have no leverage against it whatsoever. You can't open it with your hand, so you usually got to unlock, hit the combat lock on it, and then kick it open with your foot. And I kicked open my foot, and the door came back and on my shin, and took half the meat off my shin bone, and it was just something. Yeah, I've tweaked my back doing that stuff. This is, I don't know what airport it is. Yeah, I've got half the, I mean, if you look at my shin, my left shin, there's a good, probably 3-inch scar, and it's just down to the bone. That's just took all the, trying to kick open, that Frag 5. I mean, that's a 500-pound door. Came back and hit me in the shin. So yeah, so he just flew over I believe that's Warrington. I mean, I can't remember what airfield that is. But they have this plane called the Flying Circus here. And I think that's their runway ahead of us. It's a grass strip, and they fly those Fokker triplanes out of there. And you can go up on you can pay like, I forgot how much it is, but you can pay to go fly in their Fokker triplanes. They have a bunch of them there, like 4 or 5 of them. I mean, they fly low too. I mean, they come right off the airport, and they fly like 50 to 100 feet off the ground the whole time. It's pretty wild. Your next purchase is going to be a yoke. Any ideas which one? Ask Mo. I think Mo had didn't you have a yoke, Mo? Or no, that was Luna. Luna had that CH Pro yoke. And then he had the one that he demoed. Nothing crazy expensive. You got child support. That's why you get custody of your kids, man. I got custody of mine. I got custody of both my kids. She don't pay me no child support. I don't make her, though. She don't make that much money. I wonder if we can land this thing on a dirt strip. That'd be pretty cool. Wait for the honeycomb yoke. What's that about? I'm going to try to land this thing on this grass strip down here. I wish they would make force feedback controllers again. You remember that? I know the Brunner's force feedback, but you remember the Microsoft Sidewinder? The flight stick that was actually force feedback. I don't know. I have no clue. That's cool. Look, I'm hitting the throttle, full throttle with the gear down. Look at the plane shaking. Yeah, they need to bring that force feedback stuff back. You know, it's just like VR. I mean, Mo, you're probably close to my age, and you remember VR in the '90s. You know, it was like a real gimmicky, and now VR is the whole rage. You need to bring that stuff back too. All the force feedback controls. I don't know. I like my HOTAS X. If I upgrade, I'm going to upgrade to something like the X52. Or what's that new? Cytec has a new. Cytec has a new controller coming out. I mean, out. It's more of a sci-fi controller, but it still looks pretty cool. I'm not promising for a perfect landing here. Wow, that's probably way too fast for a grass landing. That's not that bad. Hold on. I can fix that. But then again, I can't even see my own stream, so... Don't you hate that? You're looking for your own live stream and you can't find it? And if you go into live stream on YouTube live stream, it doesn't say it's down there. There it is. 1 second. Alright, try it now, Mo. There you go. Now you should be able to post a link, Mo. I don't need to sim brief stuff on anymore. What is this thing? What are you taking me to? I'm gonna put this up on the main screen. Oh, that looks good. Oh, I've seen this. Oh, look, it's got the trim control and everything on the yoke. Oh, it's got a little hat switch on the right side. Well, this is nice. What about throttle, though? I mean, how would we... There's no throttles. I mean, I guess we'd have to buy a separate throttle. Yeah, it's got the switches up on the base, and then you have your autopilot disconnect. You have your mic button. I guess you could use this as a mic button. And it's got these switches for your trim. You know, your rudder trim or aileron trim and your pitch trim. And your little hat switch over here. This is the honeycomb yoke. When's this supposed to be out? Did you know? Does Honeycomb even have a website? If it's $160, $69, hell yeah, man, it's worth it. I might even buy one. Oh, it is. See, the Alpha yoke and switch panel will ship for $170 and will be coming to market this summer. I wish, summer is such a broad term. I mean, if you're living in the United States, where I'm at right now, it's summer right now because it was 90 degrees all last week. It was above 30 Celsius all week. Well, it's compatible with the PC and the Mac. Honeycomb. Who is this Honeycomb people? Honeycomb Aeronautics, right? Aerospace. Is that Honeycomb Aerospace? Who makes this damn thing? Honeycomb Aeronautical. Now you make me search online while I'm streaming just to find out more information about this company. Flyhoneycomb.com is the name. So let's look and see what their products are. Okay, they have the yoke. So is that, are those? Is that a servo in there? If you look inside, I can't look because it flashes over. But that looks kind of like a servo in there. So it has some kind of force feedback type function, doesn't it? Is that what that looks like to you guys? If you're looking inside the yoke, you see how it's got that cutaway, and it has the shaft coming from the actual yoke itself, controller or handle, through the. That looks like that kind of looks like a force feedback system. I mean, because why else would you need, you'd only need actuators, right? To tell, if you wouldn't need something like that if it was just something like a regular joystick controller that doesn't have any kind of force feedback. You wouldn't need all that. So I bet that's what that is. I bet you that's some kind of force feedback system. But that's a totally different controller than what we were looking at. And what's that snake bite thing you were talking about? What was a snake bite? That's a PS3 controller. Are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about. But they said they had panels. What are their panels? What is this stuff? Oh, it's coming soon. Because evidently they have flight controls and a throttle quadrant. I could just get a 404 when I go there. Oh. Well. Yeah, I think Slytech has a different controller too. See, I was going to get... this is what I was going to get. I was going to get that because you have the separate throttle controls for each engine. It's kind of sci-fi looking. It's the X55. What is it? It's the X55. So that's why I was thinking about getting that. forgot what it's called. There it is. The X56. So Mo has the X52, which I think it's the same, but you don't have separate throttle controls for like this one does. Do you, Mo? You have all the switches. I don't know if you have this stuff, the rotaries. Yeah, this is the Rhino, I think. Yeah, the X56 Rhino. Yeah, because I kind of like this. I like being able to, you know. Yes, this is the X56. I wonder how much it is on Amazon. Let's look. Yeah, I know. Look at all the buttons to configure. It's like different switches. Look at these two. These two rotaries. Yeah, I've seen the HOTAS Warthog. I've seen that, but the difference in price. I mean, the HOTAS Warthog is like 200. Look, here's the Rhino, $250. There's what you should get if you're asking Keith. This is what you should get, dude. If you're gonna buy just a yoke, this is the Cytec Flight Simulator yoke with throttle quadrant, $170. Yeah, I've seen the Warthog. I was gonna, you know, I've got the. I was looking at this one too. This says 199 pounds. This thing is for this thing right here. Oh, that must be with rudder pedals too. Oh yeah, that's with the rudder pedals because you can get this controller and throttle here in the United States for $100. I don't even see it in here anymore. Let's go categories. Flight sim joysticks. Where's that? See, this is what I have. I have this. Basically. Except for this one's for the PS4. I don't know, man. That's like $400 for the throttle. That's a lot of money, man. So you're talking... Let's... Can we set this to dollars? Because... I mean, it's $400 for a throttle and flight stick is pretty expensive to me. When I can get, you know, I never even looked at Cytex's page, man. I'm seeing all the stuff that they make. I just I'd rather get that, pay $250 for this than play. Really, guys, look. Cytec makes a control system for Farming Simulator. I'll get this from my brother, Raging Rudy. Where's he at? I'm surprised he's not on here. Oh. Riding lessons, that's right. They're doing riding lessons today. Flight and Sim, Pro Flight Sticks. So you have the X50T Pro. See, only if this was force feedback, it'd be so amazing. $214 in the US for that. You can get it cheaper at that other place. Yeah, giveaways are good. Oh, that reminds me. I have to do my... Well, as soon as I get to 200 viewers, I'll be doing my Eclipse 550 or Panthera giveaway. Mo, you ought to enter that. That way you can win the Panthera and have it like the rest of us do. Hold on. I have a question. The Challenger 300, is it worth the buy? Mo, I know you have it. Is it worth buying? Space Sim. What is this? Oh, it's the X56. Oh, look, it's got a little rotary switch there, too. I keep saying I'm going to do that giveaway, but every time I go to do it, I have to give Aerobask like 24 hours notice before I have to do anything. And now that I'm streaming on the weekends, I don't know what time I'm going to do it. So it's... Oh, you don't have the Challenger 300? I was thinking about getting it. What is it? The DDEN Challenger 300? Where do you get it at? Is it on the store? I don't even know where to buy it at. Because somebody said it's a pretty amazing plane to get. It's only 20 bucks. Oh, you're doing your X Enviro? I didn't enter it, so it's not going to be me. I've already got it. Yeah, but I'm going to have to look at that X56. I like that. But anyways, guys, if y'all want to continue this conversation, I'm going to post my, as soon as I find the damn thing, I'll post our Discord channel for X-Plane. You guys can meet us there. I'm going to fix to get off here. So if you guys want to get on and talk anything X-Plane or Flight Sim or anything else y'all can use, that's our Discord channel for X-Plane. So anytime you guys want to get on there, chat. I'm not usually on it. I mean, I'm usually either on another channel or I'm on Raging Rudy's channel, who's another streamer, and he's actually my brother. So I'm usually on his Discord channel or that one, but either that or this. So anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching. It's disappointing that it crashed 4 times, but I'm going to get a hold of these crash, see if I can't get the old crash reports and find out why it was crashing with the X-Plane Realistic. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys, if not tomorrow, then next Saturday. Thanks for watching.